My name is Natalie. By day, my day job rather, is in public relations. I'm the executive director of PR at a communications agency that is headquartered out of Chicago. And then by night and weekend, I do influencer creation and content creation focused on fashion. I love playing with color. I love vintage. Getting dressed should be something enjoyable. For Instagram, I have a specific outfit that I either want to shoot or maybe I need to shoot because it's a partnership with a brand. But I always try to find a way, with the idea of this where you are now narrative, talking about how fashion plays a role of advice.
Yes.
Just start. Don't be afraid. Don't be
Hi
afraid to
guys,
do.
welcome back to OOTD Bostonian podcast season 2. So today's episode we have Natalie with us. She is a influencer based in Boston. If you want to know more about her, you should watch this interview. So without further ado, hi Natalie, how are you? Would you mind to tell us more about yourself?
Absolutely. So my name is Natalie. By day, my day job rather, is in public relations. I'm the executive director of PR at a communications agency that is headquartered out of Chicago. And then by night and weekend, I do influencer creation and content creation focused on fashion.
How about your style? What inspire your style?
I like to think of myself as a mood dresser. So, fashion to me is a form of self expression. So, every day is a little bit different. And I think what we wear on the outside reflects what we're feeling on the inside on that particular day or moment. So, that plays a big role into how I get dressed every day. So, what am I feeling? How am I feeling? How do I want to portray myself in a particular situation? I love playing with color. I love vintage. I am very inspired by historical time periods. I'm very inspired by art and film. So it's a little bit different every day, but that's the fun of it. Getting dressed should be something enjoyable.
Yeah, that's true. Like getting dressed should be something enjoyable, and then the way you dress up actually on Instagram, you are telling the story as well in the caption, which is it's really great to your audience as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. Sometimes I have a specific, for Instagram, I have a specific outfit that I either want to shoot or maybe I need to shoot because it's a partnership with a brand. But I always try to find a way, with the idea of this where you are now narrative, talking about how fashion plays a role in, what's happening in your life on a particular day, or, with a particular memory or moment. So I try to find a way to relate those two things together when I talk about outfits or fashion in any way, whether it's on Instagram or on my website.
Right. How about right now? Like winter is coming. Do you have kind of like must-have items in your wardrobe?
I do. The problem with living in New England is that it's freezing here. So at the end of the day, no one can see what you're wearing because you have a coat on most of the time. But so my biggest recommendation is a well-made, staple, classic coat. A statement coat if you can. So something that makes you feel really good, even though you're bundled up and you're freezing and no one can see what you have on underneath. So I have a beautiful cashmere long black car coat. It's an Anne Klein. I love it. It's my favorite coat. So that's my biggest recommendation. A classic pair of over-the-knee boots. That's a staple for me, especially again if you're in a colder climate and you're stumping around in the slush and snow. At least you can look cute while you're appropriately dressed for that. And accessories. I'm a big fan of hats. Big fan of scarves and gloves, and of course for warmth, but doing it in a way where you feel like you can kind of play with fashion a little bit. I actually have a pair of vintage
Oh,
gloves
that's so
that I
cool.
got at the SOA market actually, and they're beautiful. They're really really old, but whenever I wear them, I feel instantly chic and I'm warm. So that's a good way to do that.
That's true. Whatever like makes you warm. You mentioned for like you are also like part-time influencer. Do you find it hard to be a blogger in Boston?
I don't. I think the hardest thing about being a content creator anywhere, regardless of what city you're in, is finding the time and the inspiration to stay at it. I think a common misconception for people who don't do this or aren't in the industry in any way is the amount of time that it actually takes to create content and edit content and come up with a concept and reach out to brands and actually manage your channels and manage your website. That's the biggest challenge, I think, in finding the time to do that. As far as the Boston community, the influencer community here, and it's been really wonderful getting to know the ladies and gentlemen around here who partake in that. Some of which I now am friends with, like outside of anything that has to do with Instagram or content creation as well. So we're pretty lucky.
Yes, especially in New England, there's not many influencer. It's a small community that we can know each other very well. How about your latest project? Do you have any new project that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of my holiday content at the moment, and I always joke that holiday season is sort of like the Super Bowl for content creators because we're all very busy and we all have a lot of things that we need to try to get out into the world. But every holiday season, I do a series of giveaways, which is just truly a thank you to everyone who follows me and who supports me throughout the year. So I'm focusing on small business, small brands this year to help give a little exposure to them in a time when business can be very tough this year with COVID. So just offering some fun holiday gifts on my platform, and I have a few more to go. I think 4 or 5 more to go before Christmas. So should be fun.
That's amazing. I saw your content also in Instagram that you did a giveaway for this couple of days, which is like, it's very amazing. And then which is you understand your audience, you want to get feedback to them. Yes, that's really great.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you want to represent when people click on your IG or see you in person?
I want to represent humanity, humor, relatability. I think it's really easy to see beautifully curated feeds by other people and sort of feel in a way as a person that's viewing this content like maybe you're not doing enough, or maybe you're not measuring up in some way. I mean, there's a million things that we could talk about social media in that manner. And what is important to me is to try to just reflect some reality in a fun, open, honest way, talk about things that we're all experiencing. And, especially as women, which is, predominantly my audience. And as a female, of course, that's more what I focus on. And I just kind of want to be, inspirational, yes, but relatable as much as I can.
Relatable and inspirational, which is like, it's really great content for your IG, because right now you have kind of like a very exclusive, I mean, it's very different to others, which is, it's really great because when people click on your IG, they really know, oh, okay, this her, and
That's
then
yeah,
it's different. And
well, that's the biggest compliment you could offer me, truly, because that's why I do it. I always want to try to push the envelope and think outside the box as much as I can for my audience, yes, but also for me, because it's a creative outlet. And so I am always trying new ideas and trying new things. And sometimes they don't work and sometimes they do. But thank you for saying that. That really means a lot.
Well, it's very hard actually to create that kind of content, because for me myself, I don't think I can manage it and then post it like regularly like that, because it creates like brain thinking and then what you deliver, and it takes time.
It takes a long time. It takes a long time. Yeah. As we talked about, I think that can be a common misconception. There's the creation side of doing it and, shooting things and editing things and all of that. But then you actually have to manage your channel. You have to post, you have to comment, you have to respond to people. There's a lot of time involved. That is true.
That's your favorite restaurant around Boston?
So many. This is a wonderful, wonderful food city. Yvonne's in Downtown Crossing is a favorite of my husband and I. We have spent many a special occasion there. They have wonderful cocktails and great selections for two. So if you want to order like a dinner that's, for 2 people, so we can kind of have like a nice whole special meal. And I love the entrance because it's sort of like a hidden speakeasy. So you go through a faux like barber shop to get into the restaurant, which is a Greek restaurant in the South End. It is the size of my living room, and they don't take reservations, but it's very, very good Greek food. My husband's Greek, so we have gone there multiple times, and it fits up to his standards of knowing what actual Greek cuisine should taste like. So it's very good. And Toro in the South End is also a favorite. They have great tapas, great sangria, wonderful place to sit outside when it's not, winter in New England. So highly recommend that as well.
Well, I haven't tried both of all of them, so I need to make a list for that and
Yeah.
try it for sure.
And if you go, tell me. I want to know.
For sure. I think the way you explain it is really like, oh, okay, this place, I think it's kind of like different and deliver like many kind of foods. And I also love tapas. I need
Mm-hmm.
to check them out as well.
Yeah, definitely do. Let me know.
Yes. For when it comes to photo shoot, do you have any kind of like favorite location around Boston?
I do. Yeah. I actually live near Davis Square in Somerville, so not in Boston proper. And there are a lot of great places to shoot around here. So for people who aren't thinking about going into downtown or don't live downtown or don't deal with traffic or any of those things, Davis Square in Somerville has a lot of really cute corners and a lot of character. Personally, I love the North End. I absolutely love the North End. I'm Italian, so that, hits home
Yeah.
for me. But when you think of sort of old school Boston, it just has so much character and so many interesting kind of nooks and crannies. And so I like the idea of shooting someplace a little bit different there. And for more of a modern backdrop, I actually really recommend Back Bay. There's sort of by Trinity Church in Copley. If you go a little bit further down, there's some high-rise buildings that are really modern, clean lines, some great stairs, some great sort of like courtyards, if you will, right in front of the buildings, and it gets really good light. So I recommend there as well.
Well, that's really great spot back way around there. Like they have a lot of like kind of spot that you can shoot like different kind of
Yeah.
the old building and then the newest one. It gets a lot of idea. It depends like which one that you prefer to shoot.
Yeah, if you want to do something that's more historical or brick, or if you want something that's more clean lined, but there's enough around that one spot so you can kind of do it all,
Yeah,
which is good.
for the next question, we have a lot of influencer coming up like in Boston itself. Do you have anything to say to them?
Any piece of advice?
Yes.
Just start. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do it. I think a common feeling when people are starting a new project of any kind, not just in, content creation or influencer work, is thinking that you're not ready or it's not going to be perfect enough or you need to prepare more. My advice is to just try. Just get started. It's a learn as you go business, and all of us who've been doing it for an extended period of time are still learning because there's new editing software and there's new technology and there's new ideas all the time. So you're never going to be ready enough, and I can guarantee you're probably ready now. So just go for it, and reach out to fellow influencers in the community, because I think you'd be surprised how many would be willing to offer advice or say hello or be a friend, and we're here for you.
Yeah, let's just go for it because you never know like how to start, and even now we still learning over and over again.
Yeah.
And then for the last question that we would like to ask, do you have any plan for 2021? I know this year it's been hard for us.
Oh, I know it's hard to even think because who knows where things are going to be next year, but I'd like to travel again. I miss traveling. I used to travel quite frequently for work, and then my husband and I would take at least one trip a year. So it's been a little bit strange to just be home, and to see my family. My family's in Chicago, and I haven't seen them since the start of the pandemic to be safe and responsible. And as soon as we can, that is the first place that we'll be going.
Thank you so much for your time. We learned a lot about how you package your Instagram, like how you create your content, and then just go for it. As you mentioned, for the new fellows influencer, we learn a lot about yourself as well. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it. I'll see you on Instagram soon.
For sure. Have a great day. Bye bye.
You too.